When is that, and how big was the environment tonight?
I'll start with the environment. We want to give some huge props to our fan section. The kids were phenomenal. Our student section was off the charts. Our parents are great, but that's the best student section since being at Ravenna, coaching JV and working with Coach Johnson at varsity. That's the best student section that I can remember. How big a win was that for us? To date, the season, that's our biggest win. I don't know. We don't want to downsell how big a game that was for us. We felt the winner of this game was going to be in the driver's seat between us and Oakridge, setting ourselves up nicely moving forward. But there's still plenty of basketball left to play, and we got to face those guys again. So we don't want to get too far out of ourselves. But that was a huge game for us so far.
How much do you guys emphasize getting the ball out of the bucket and running as soon as possible?
We don't do it as fast as we'd like still. We really do work on that a lot in practice. That was one of our keys going into the season. We felt that something we had to do, just as what we have with the physical abilities that this team has. So we look to do it. We stress on it. I mean, we feel, we don't know, but we feel we run as much as anybody in the conference in practice.
It seems that you guys had the driver's seat all night. You guys just kept barely ahead of them almost all game. They got to a tie just for a second. Just talk about how you guys were able to do that.
Some timely buckets, some timely stops, but didn't string enough stops together. And that Oakridge team, they're a heck of a great shooting team. We were able, I guess, timely buckets, able to just keep that just far enough. I felt like as a coach, I kept us in the zone too long. Let those guys get really comfortable in it. Fourth quarter, we were able to man up. It's tough to stop that Oakridge team once they get going, too. Credit to our defense and our guys.
Speaking of timely buckets, how big is it for the offense when kids start to see a couple of those threes go down and get some momentum?
Oh, man, it's contagious. I still feel, or we feel on this team, coaching staff and players, we're a really, really good shooting team. I still think this is probably 70% of how good we can shoot. We feel we still aren't beating on all cylinders. Some of our passing and our inside out is off. But it's contagious. Every player on this team can shoot. We have confidence we take any open shots, any of them. Sometimes they take them too early. But we just feel like Trevor Sturkin is one of those guys. He hits one, he could go for 10 if we could just get him open.
Speaking of Trevor, he hit 2 back-to-back threes there in the fourth quarter, about 5 minutes left. How big were those buckets, and how big for his confidence was that?
Trevor Sturkin is the Chauncey Billups of our West Michigan basketball conference. He's just a big shot taker. He's not afraid of the moment. Seems like the bigger the moment, the easier it is for him to shoot. The kid has cold blood. He actually did that for us earlier against Whitehall this season, kind of broke a game going back and forth. He's just got ice water in his veins. And once he does it, and the way and the style in which he does it, that feeds into our other guys. Defensively, I felt like we picked it up a notch after he hit that. We really started to believe, okay, we can win big games too. We can win big games, close games.
Thanks.